Hello and welcome to Movie Mayhem here at Superior Works Cinema, where we watch all the movies. This is the next installment of our director series on Bruno Mattei. And this is the true story of the Nun of Monza from 1980. There was, if you're not familiar with, a large subgenre of nun-sploitation films in the late 70s, early 80s. And, I mean, if you're not religious and not Catholic, they're gonna lack some of the impact. So you gotta understand the historical significance of these type of movies, especially coming from an Italian out of Italy. If you're Catholic or know enough about the Catholic religion, they pretty much try to do everything they could think of to be offensive. Nun of Monza is, going chronologically, it's his most mature film. It's a solid film. I mean, it's got the sleaze in there, but it's shot great, once again, edited beautifully. The acting's fairly solid. It's more of a harder one to make fun of, unless you count some of the really weird stuff. So, the movie starts off with Zora, Kerova, the star, becoming a nun, and it's intercut with scenes of horses. And it starts out with horses just running around. Then next we get a shot of a nice erect horse cock bouncing around, and then a horse vag pulsating. Really extreme close-ups of this. And it keeps going back between her becoming the nun and this stuff, and eventually, of course, the horses go at it, and we get to watch that too, intercut with her becoming a nun. So maybe this is symbolic, and it shows Mattei's vision that becoming a nun is like being fucked by a horse. Who knows? It's kind of odd and a little strange in the movie. Other than that, they're in a convent. There's an interesting little twist. There's a love triangle with the nun and one of the other characters and the priest, the main father. Of course, all of the young, pretty nuns seem to indulge in their sins. So you get some nice lesbian scenes. There's some S&M scenes. I mean, this fulfills every requirement to be an exploitation flick. Absolutely. Funny enough, the older nuns, the older bitter nuns, are the ones that want to stick to their ways, of course. And they keep threatening to tell the bishop about everything that's happening. Zora, when the head nun dies, which in turn makes Zora become Mother Superior. When she becomes Mother Superior, she announces her power and takes charge, and all hell breaks loose, and crazy sex ensues. You really got a mixture of everything. There's Bruno Mattei class. There's a scene in which the main Mother Superior doesn't want to have sex with the outside scoundrel man, and he says, he begs her and begs her, and she denies him like a good nun. Then, of course, the rest of her compatriots turn on her and hold her down while he rapes her until she likes it. Of course, gotta love Mattei, all class. And then, of course, they fall in love, and she gets pregnant, which, of course, is a huge problem. And they hide, they're really, it's honestly not a bad story. I mean, other than the fact it's cheap and shot quick. This was the A production. A lot of the stuff done with Mattei. Not all of it, but the majority of it was shot with an A production and a B production. This is not uncommon, and it's still even done today. For example, what was it? Mummy 2? I think it was 2. 2 and The Scorpion King were shot that way. Mummy 2 was the A production, Scorpion King was the B production, shot on the same set and locations with a different crew to save money. Well, in this case, you get the A production is the Nun of Monza, and the B production is The Other Hell, which will be hitting a movie after this one. And that was technically directed, well, Claudio Fragasso did most of the photography, but Mattei still takes credit for the direction. And again, it's hard to tell with Mattei and what movies he takes credit for, because, like all brilliant men, he used a lot of pseudonyms. And my understanding from reading about this wasn't because he didn't want to take credit for the movies. No, it's because he was evading taxes in all kinds of countries, which is kind of hilarious. So you really never know. So they were shot in the same set, and you had both going. But it really seems he did pay some attention to this and took some effort to make a decent film. If you're looking for a nunsploitation movie, this is a good one to watch. I mean, most of them are pretty crap, and a lot of them border on just being softcore porn, and that's all you get out of them. So honestly, it's a pretty cool story. So I don't really want to spoil it. The ending's kind of interesting. I mean, they play it off like it's a true story. What happens is fairly believable. There's really this is a movie of his where everything's kind of makes sense, except for the horse scene in the beginning. But the story flows well. Kerova's very likable, very pretty. I mean, there is a lot of TNA, but it's done a little classier than most Mattei. I mean, it's sleazy because they're nuns, but other than that, it's not. It's got some nice, I mean, the sets are great. You can tell that they were shooting in what looks like old churches of some kind somewhere, and they look good. The lighting is very nice, very atmospheric, very moody. The characters, I gotta admit to being surprised. I know I've seen this movie maybe like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago on VHS. But, you know, watching it again now, it was surprisingly captivating. So that is Mattei's first entry into the nunsploitation genre. I do recommend the movie. It's pretty cool. On the nunsploitation chart, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a good nun movie. If you want to watch that, this is the one to check out. It's very good. The DVD I got here, it's a nice little package. Decent print. It is in Italian with English subtitles, and I would, I mean, it's kind of fuzzy, kind of soft. There's no touch-up been done, but it's better than most. I'd give the DVD a 7 out of 10. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of these movies, but bottom line is, I do recommend it. Nothing for extras at all. The quality is good. You know, it's definitely watchable. You can see the grain. It's not going to knock your socks off, but again, it's a nunsploitation film. Good luck finding any good prints of those. Yeah, so definitely give this one a look if you're want to check out some Mattei. And we will be here next time with probably his most famous movie, Hell of the Living Dead. And that's a bit of a treat. I think you all enjoy it. So, see you next time here at Movie Mayhem.